Hello, and let's talk a little bit about using visual aids when we are doing rhymes and music. It can be something as simple as a hat. I have on dog ears. Woof. Or a farmer's hat if you are going to be doing Old MacDonald. Puppets, animals, instruments, they all can be used to enhance rhythms and rhymes. And one of the reasons that we do this is it gets children engaged visually as well as physically. When you have a puppet and it's this way, and see, he goes like this and he can bark and he talks, you can have a child be the puppet, or you can have many puppets, or you can be the puppet to engage them, to continue for them to look at you when you are going through them. This can be simple. This could be for bingo, and instead of doing the traditional clap for bingo, you can do a bark instead. So there was a farmer who had a dog, and bingo was his name. Oh, bark, I-N-G-O, bark, I-N-G-O, bark, I-N-G-O, and bingo was his name. Oh, so that's a way to do that. And when you're working with older children and you have puppets, and if you have many puppets, the act of moving their hands open and shut is also good practice for them. So it gets a lot of skills and activities in just doing songs and rhymes. And so it really is very helpful and kind of kills many birds with multiple stones. So that's a very helpful way. Also, wearing things on your head, it creates a silliness. When talking about singing with children, it does not have to be pitch perfect. Not necessary at all. I do not have a good singing voice. And I was once told by someone, maybe you should have someone else lead your circle time because you have a terrible singing voice. That was really hurtful to me. It was very hurtful. And then I had another person come to me and say, really, you should be leading circle time because you don't have a perfect voice, and it's not music time. It's a gathering. It's rhythm and rhymes. It's not about creating a musical instrument with your voice. If you do have someone that has a beautiful voice, for older children, that can be a little intimidating for younger children, for your older children, for them to hear someone who has this beautiful opera voice that they are not able to mimic. Having a natural cadence and a natural rhythm to your voice, and using as best you can your regular speaking voice. And that allows the children to understand that their regular speaking voice is also appropriate. When we're talking about adding props and using puppets in there, you can also have animal puppets that represent what's happening in the song. And you can say, and for instance, if it's Old MacDonald and you have your farmer's hat on and you have puppets that represent each animal, we have the dog here, and you would say, Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and on his farm he had a, and then you would say, dog. Who has the dog? And then the person with the dog gets to stand up. And it can be a stuffed animal or a puppet. But when it's a stuffed animal, they can then make the sound of the dog by opening and closing the mouth. That is also another way to incorporate puppets when it comes to having your gathering and your circle time and your rhythms and rhymes. I hope you really enjoy this and have fun with it. It's really an open-ended, the sky's the limit when it comes to doing rhythm and rhymes in an early years environment.